Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie and I do a lot of diamond painting related videos here on my channel, including videos like today, which is a review of one of my recently completed diamond painting kits. In these review videos, I like to just take you through everything about the kit and my experience of working on it. Hopefully this gives you a sense for if this is something that you want to buy for yourself, even if it's not this exact kit. If this shop sounds like something that might be a good fit for what you like to diamond paint. So I have the kit Butterfly Mermaid is the name of it. The artist is Alison Ou and the shop is Shimmering Canvases, which I believe they both have an Etsy shop as well as a dedicated website. I'll have everything linked below. But this is actually the very first kit that I've purchased from this shop. And you guys know I love supporting small shops in the community and really enjoy testing out and trying out different kits from different companies and hopefully giving you guys a better sense for some of the things that are out there. And this is one I would love for you guys to check out if you haven't taken a look at Shimmering Canvases already. So I do have my logbook here, which is where I track things like the stats of a kit and when I started and finished it, as well as things that I loved or wasn't sure of and any other notes that I like to keep track of. So this kit is 45 by 45 centimeters and has 32 colors and has square shaped diamonds. And I believe that if it's the same as it was when I initially ordered this kit, which, yes, just so you know, I did buy this kit myself. It wasn't sent to me for promo or anything like that. When I bought it, I think it was only offered in the one drill shape and in the one size. Now, of course, that can change, but just so you know, that was all that was available. And while I typically, when I'm trying out a shop for the first time, I actually prefer to get a kit with round diamonds usually, just because squares can potentially be more finicky. Rounds are kind of a safer bet to try out a company for the first time. I knew that Shimmering Canvases had kind of been in the drill game for a while, and so I thought, let me go ahead and try a square drill kit. I really liked the size of this one. I am finding myself drawn to smaller diamond painting kits recently, and this being 45 by 45 centimeters definitely caught my eye. Plus, I tend to work on a lot of mermaids, I'm discovering. I really like fantasy themes, and this one, along with the color scheme with the pinks and purples, just really fit the bill for me. I could tell from the charting on the website that it looked like this had some hand charting done to it. And what that means, if you hear words like computer rendered or hand charted, that just refers to basically how a shop has gone about turning a piece of artwork into a diamond painting. Kits that are more computer rendered or heavier on the computer rendering tend to have more confetti. Sometimes you'll see it's just a little bit less clean and crisp in terms of the lines that you see, whereas hand charting, depending on the degree of hand charting that was done, because there is such a thing as just hand touch-ups to computer rendering, but this one to me looks a bit more heavily hand charted, where it feels like really a person has gone in and really tried to do quite a lot of tweaking pixel by pixel to make this be very clean and crisp. And I feel like if you look at the original artwork, that's the original artwork there. And then if I move it and you look at the translation to a diamond painting, I feel like it translates really, really well. Of course, now the colors aren't always going to be exact, but I feel like they did a pretty nice job. And I'm pretty happy, honestly, with sort of the finished effect of it. I was really pleasantly surprised as I started going and I went, oh yeah, no, this is going to look great. This is coming together really well. So I started it on, let's see, March 29th and finished it on April 5th. So it was a relatively quick project, just about a week, and was my 10th finish of this year. So we're in the double digits for diamond painting finishes this year. And some features of the canvas, it has this kind of short lint. This is stuff just from I have cats, I have kids, just little flecks of, duster lint there. Anyway, this is kind of that short lint, soft lint backed canvas, and I felt that it held the diamonds pretty well. This has been loosely rolled up with some other canvases, and it is wanting to stay just a little bit rolled in on the ends, but it's, it's also like laying flat, especially where the drills are really, really well, so it's not a big deal. It does have poured glue, and I believe these are resin diamonds, but I'm not always the best at telling what the material of the diamonds are. I'm pretty sure these were resin though. and they are nice and sparkly. And I feel like this shipped out pretty quickly from when I ordered it. They might have some kits. Double check on the website. It'll tell you if there are any kits that they like make to order as opposed to carry stock of, but I think this one was one that they had in stock and it did ship relatively quickly. As far as, oh, here are the drills, by the way, which I believe they came in Ziploc bags, if I'm remembering correctly. You might notice there's lots of these little squares in here in just about every color. These drills were quite staticky. However, I never really hold this against a company because whether or not your drills have static in them is going to be highly climate dependent. How will you know if they're staticky? They will be clinging to the sides of the bag or the container, or if you're trying to pour the diamonds from a bag into a container, they'll just want to like stick to your fingers. They'll go flying everywhere and just generally drive you completely crazy. I can't stand it. But dryer sheets work really well for me. I live in a really dry climate, and so it's just like adding some moisture and just getting rid of neutralizing that static is what we had to do. Some of these colors needed multiple dryer sheets though. These were pretty staticky. But again, no harm done. I did have plenty of all the colors left over. I think that I had to, I don't think these came as pre-cut sticker labels. I think that I had to put the paper, like the color list through my sticker maker, which is, it's a really inexpensive one. I'll try to remember to have that linked in the description box below this video as well if you want to see it. It's the Xyron X150 sticker maker. It's like $10 US on Amazon. And I just fed the paper through it. It turned these into sticker labels, and there we go. So you can see most of the symbols were alphanumeric. But then at the end, we did have, you know, a plus sign, a check mark, and an equal sign. So we're doing some math here. Otherwise, they were all alphanumeric. The printing on the canvas was pretty good. I'm trying to think if there were a couple of symbols. Some of these ones that were a dark color, like a black on a dark blue background, I feel like some of those were a little bit tricky to see on the canvas, but not bad. Like it was really, once I knew what I was looking for, it was fine. It was like not a big deal. I could tell, you know, oh, this is what this color is supposed to be. I was pretty happy with the drill quality itself. I didn't have a lot of trash diamonds. However, something that I did run into, and is probably the main, if I had to say something that I would give for feedback to them. The main thing that I ran into is that I did run into some gapping with these diamonds. And I think of myself as kind of meticulous when it comes to my multi-placing and my placing of diamonds in general. You can kind of see it in here. And I went back through and tried to straighten a lot of these up, and a little bit the diamonds still, it felt like wanted to maybe floats just a tiny bit even after I'd placed them. But the biggest culprits, or the places you can see it the most where there was some gapping, is definitely in these lighter colors like here. And I was trying to make sure I was grabbing drills that, you know, weren't too small or anything. But those colors, and then these dark colors, I think that was 939 up here. And I was really trying to go back through and straighten it. I did try to do some like checkerboarding and single placing. Unfortunately, still had some gapping. The good news though, the good news is that I think that even in the skin tones, you don't notice, in my opinion, like I'm not seeing the gapping once I stand back at and this is a little bit closer than a viewing distance. You guys are maybe 3 feet from the camera, tops. And I feel like I'm not seeing the gapping. So it's, you know, I'm not going to say like, oh no, this is a huge con, don't buy. I'm not saying that at all. It's mostly a, hey, I noticed this was like maybe slightly a little bit unusual, and maybe would be some feedback I would give them to consider if they want to. So yeah, just some gapping with the diamonds. But otherwise, like just aside from that, I did find that the drill quality itself, in terms of, like I said, there weren't a bunch of diamonds that had tabs sticking off the side that I couldn't place. No, they were good quality otherwise. So I think that might be just maybe a drill field thing. I don't know. I'm not an expert. So I mentioned other things that I liked. I mentioned that I really was happy with the overall clean render. I think that it suits the artwork really well and looks really nice completed. It's, you know, as a diamond painting, turned out really beautifully. Kind of the things that I mentioned, like the glue, the canvas material and whatnot, those were all great. You know, no issues there, no complaints there. This artwork is licensed, and you know I'm just going to feature licensed artwork here on my channel. That means that The artist, who for this piece again was Alison Ou, both gave permission for the use of this artwork to Shimmering Canvases and is being compensated by Shimmering Canvases as well. So I'm all about no art theft here, for sure, here on my channel. Also, just so you know, this is just kind of a note. Shimmering Canvases has a lot of diamond painting accessories as well. I mentioned that they've been in the drill game for a while. They have some special drills. They also have really beautiful pens. I've shared some of their pens before in my small shop hauls, and I do really like their pens a lot. So if you're wanting to find like some coordinating accessories or just go see what they have, absolutely go and do that, because they have some really pretty offerings over there, you guys. And who doesn't love doing some accessories shopping? See, even I thought the blending, because there's kind of a glow behind her, and even the blending from like the lighter blues to the darker, I think they did a great job with this, you guys. I'm really happy with it. It did have some confetti in these blending areas, but then there were plenty of areas as well, like some on her arms, some in the background, even like some in her tail. And here too, there was color blocking. And so that was nice. It kind of made it, like I said, not a super long-term or difficult kind of project. The only other thing that I had written down as far as I'm not totally sure of, and I think you maybe only noticed this if you've looked at the original artwork like really freshly, is that I feel like maybe her skin tones are skewing a little bit peachy orange, just a tiny bit, just when I compare it to the original artwork. But I mean, she has some of those peachy tones like in her cheeks and, you know, at the top of her forehead and on her shoulder. I don't think that it looks completely out of place. Honestly, I don't. It's just one of those things I looked at and I was like, oh, that's a little bit orange. But again, I think in the overall context of this piece, that I think that it works. I think it suits kind of the overall tone, of then kind of like the tint of the artwork, I guess. I am noticing as I looked at the original artwork and I was kind of comparing, her hair doesn't have quite as much definition as some of the other parts of her body, but I didn't notice it until just now. And I've been looking at this artwork. I've shared like a finished picture of it. That's just me being, in my opinion, very nitpicky, but I'll point out that I noticed it. I love how carefully detailed though, like her jewelry and her accessories are, and her eyes are gorgeous. I think her mouth is really cute and her nose, a little shine on it. So cute, you guys. So I think that about kind of wraps it up with what my thoughts are on this particular kit. And would I suggest buying from them? Would I buy from them again? I say yes. I was pretty darn happy with this. And overall, it was just a relaxing and pretty enjoyable experience, even with just a little bit of gapping here and there. I'm really happy with the finished product. And I think they have a really nice selection and variety of some licensed artwork. I've actually unboxed one of their kit from them here on my channel by Andres Roca. I'm trying to think, was the name of it Enchanted Forest? I'm blanking on the name, but I will have that unboxing linked in the description box below this video as well if you'd like to take a look at, you know, another style and kind of kit that they have to offer. But I would absolutely say go and take a look at what this shop has, and if something catches your eye, I think this is, you know, hopefully a decent representation of what your experience would be like as well. So I always like to put a little disclaimer on, or I've started putting a disclaimer on that, you know, with small shops, sometimes they'll change manufacturers, and I don't always know if that may happen when I do these review videos. So please keep in mind that this is current as of the time of, you know, when I bought this kit and when I'm posting this video. But I always recommend sort of following shops on social media and checking any, you know, notes in the listings for these kits, just in case it appears that there may have been any kind of, you know, manufacturing change that may affect potentially some features of the kit. But I still, overall with my experience with the shop was positive, and I would, you know, say, yeah, like I said, go and take a look and see if there's something that catches your eye. I would love to hear from you in the comments. What do you think of how this turned out? What is, you know, something that you think that looks really nice? Your favorite thing about what I shared as far as reviewing this kit goes? And have you ordered from Shimmering Canvases before, or do you think you might go and check them out and see if they have something that catches your eye? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. I hope this review was helpful for you in deciding if this is a shop you want to go and visit and maybe make a purchase from. And I'm excited to add this to my portfolio of finishes for the year and another small shop to have tried out to share with you guys. So feel free to subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I will do more reviews from a variety of shops, and I do a lot of unboxings and sneak peeks and weekly whip and chats and some, tutorials and those kinds of videos from time to time as well. I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you a lot, and I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.